Casio, Law of Cosine.
Hello, Casio Nation! Welcome back again to another Casio Tech Talk video. And for today, we will discuss a grade 9 topic, which is the Law of Cosine. Now, in our previous video, we have discussed the Law of Sines and how is the relationship of the sides and its sine of its angle in relation to its ratio or its relationship of its parts. Now, we will discuss today the Law of Cosine. Now, the Law of Cosine is technically, you need to identify or we need to understand what is an included angle. Okay? So, given any two sides of a triangle, the angle on which the two side is creating, and that is the included angle. So, suppose I have here triangle A, B, and C. Okay? So, side S1 and side S2 are the sides of angle theta. So meaning, theta here is what you call the included angle of sides S1 and S2. Now, the opposite side, directly opposite to our angle, is the other side. And that, the law of cosine states that we can get the value or the length of the opposite side of our given angle if and only if there is a given value for that angle and the value of its two sides. Now, the formula is that third side or the opposite side of the included angle is equal to the square root of the first side plus the square of the second side minus the product of two, side 1 and the side 2 and the cosine of the included angle. Now, let's apply this in our simple problem. Now, we have here an oblique triangle ABC, and one of the angle is 80 degrees. Now, we have here two sides that is at the left and the right side of our included angle. Therefore, this 80 degrees is an included angle. So, this one, let's name it as our side 1. And this other side is the side 2. Now, this 80 degrees here is our included angle. Now, creating our value or our equation, then our x value or the third side is equal to the square root of the square of the first side plus the square of the second side minus the product of 2 times the first side. Now, let me put the value on it, 7.2, and then we have 10.5 multiplied by the cosine of our angle 80 degrees. Now, let's try in our calcu what the answer is. Now, let's use our calculator in solving for the value of our third side. Now, don't forget, whenever you perform any calculation in your calculator, make sure that you first initialize your calculator. Then, let us proceed. So, we can solve our equation or sample number 1 by just simply writing everything in our calculator just how it was written in our solution. 7.2 squared plus 10.5 squared minus 2 times 7.2 times 10.5 cosine of our included angle, which is 80 degrees. Then we have 11.65. Now I will teach you the calculator technique of or a shortcut using our calculator. But first, we need to perform it on the complex mode. The law of cosine, to perform the law of cosine, you need to access the absolute value, and then you can pick any sides that is given. So let's say 10.5, and then access the second function or the yellow function that is at the negative button. That will be shift angle. And then you write the angle 80 and then subtract the other side. Now, in this way, if you press equal sign, the answer still, or the answer will be the value of the third side. Now, if you ask if we can perform the same, but we first use the other side, 7.2, and then we subtract the other side, which is 10.5, the answer will still be the same. Therefore, the length of our third side is 11.65 meters. Now, let's go with our second example here. Now, this is kind of, you need to analyze it first because it cannot be solved by simple substitution. Now, the given is the triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. As we can see, we have here the two sides, side AB and side BC, are the equal sides of our isosceles triangle. So, therefore, the two sides is 9.2 centimeters and 9.2 centimeters. Now, we know that the base angle of our isosceles triangle are also congruent. So, therefore, angle A here and angle C here are both 55 degrees. Now, using the idea that the sum of interior angles of any triangle is equal to 180, then we can solve for the value of our angle B. So, to solve that, we just need to subtract our angle B is equal to 180 degrees minus 55 degrees plus 55 degrees. So, that will be 180 minus 110 degrees. So, the value of our angle B is 70 degrees. But why do we need to get the value of angle B? Because our missing side is the base or the base. So if we need to determine the value of our included angle on which the side AB and side BC are given. Okay? Because as the law of cosine states, we need to have two sides and its included angle to perform our law of cosine. Now, we already have our two sides and its included angle, which is 70 degrees. We can now use our law of cosine to get the value and length of our base. That will be the value of our base is equal to the square root of 9.2 squared plus 9.2 squared minus twice 9.2 times 9.2 cosine 70 degrees. Now, let's try in our calculator the value of the base. Now, let's solve for our problem number 2. And that will be the square root of 9.2 squared plus 9.2 squared minus 2 times 9.2 times 9.2 cosine of our included angle, which is 70 degrees. Then we press equal sign. The length of the base is 10.55. Now, let's perform our shortcut. First, access the complex mode, and then access the absolute value, and then it's the same 9.2, then angle, then subtract the other side, and then the answer will still be 10.55. Now, you learned something. The answer of our second problem is 10.55. So, the length of our base is 10.55 centimeters. So, that's how you solve and evaluate and perform the law of cosines and how to use your calculator, the basic substitution by using the law of cosine, and also the shortcut to do it. That's all. See you next time. Bye-bye.